Hi, Trackies. Welcome back to another video. All right, so Trackies Shanghai. The results are in. Juicy, juicy, sweet, sweet results. Now, I have to start with the event that I was most impressed with, and that is the men's 110-meter hurdles. Yes, it was impressive. Boy, when I tell you the hurdles keep feeding us, they definitely keep feeding us, whether it be from a female perspective or a male perspective. Last evening, we saw an American record, and I know y'all are coming at me. It is what it is. That's just how I feel about that track. Track is you're not going to change my mind. But also, the men are definitely serving up. So we had three Jamaicans: Rashid Broadbell, Hansel Parchment, and Orlando Bennett. I was definitely eager to see what Rashid Broadbell would come with, considering that his start seemingly looked better in Jamaica as well as his execution as well over the hurdles. So I was eagerly anticipating seeing him. Also, looking forward to seeing what Hansel Parchment will come with. I was expecting to see him move up a notch in the field based on his performance the week before. And of course, Orlando Bennett started strong, and I was expecting to see him pretty much continue that good run. However, the winner, the world leader, definitely had something else for everybody else. He served some food, sat and ate, and then waited for everybody to cross the line because the gap was that big. So Cardell Tinch from the United States of America took the win, and he ran at 12.87 seconds, meeting record world lead personal best. I was like, oh my gosh, 12.87? He looked so smooth, track his. And you know what? Before I get into my final thoughts on that race, let's jump into second place. Second place was Rashid Moritake. He ran a 13.10, and Rashid Broadbell was third, ran a 13.24. Now, the other Jamaican, Hansel Parchment, was sixth. He ran a 13.32, and also Orlando Bennett ran a 13.349 for eighth. Now, from Hansa Parchment perspective, I did expect him to move up. He did. I was hoping for 13 twos. He gave me 13 threes. That's fine. I'm happy with that. A new season's best. We had Rashid Broadbell. I put him in top three. He was third. A season's best here. I was hoping for a 13-1. He gave me 13-2. I'm fine with it. The execution looked good to me, and it's definitely telling me that he's much better technically over the hurdles. All I would say is that, mid race, he kind of looked a bit flat, right? And then, tried to pick things up towards the end. Definitely, second race in, so much more to work on. I really don't have anything to complain about. As I said, I've been enjoying watching his progress technically over the hurdles this season. And I definitely think that by the time we get to World Championships, he will be one that will be looking to stand on top of the podium. However, the winner here, I have to highlight, Cardell Tinge is definitely making a strong bid as well to potentially usurp everybody. Now, been talking about Rashid Broadbell coming out and usurping a Grant Holloway. It seemingly is a thing that Grant Holloway is probably dealing with a slight injury, which is why he pulled out of Shanghai here. But even with him pulling out with an injury, I just particularly never really liked his execution, because you find is that he will have a really amazing start and then fade terribly towards the end. And then we have a Cardell Tinch coming out and dropping a 12.87 effortlessly with a fantastic race. Right from start, middle, end, everything just looked supreme. And I'm just thinking to myself at this particular point, is the crown from a USA perspective going to switch this season? Right? Are we going to have a man that is different from Grant Holloway stand atop the long list of great American hurdlers? For sure, Cardell Tinge looks absolutely amazing, and if he keeps this up, track is, yep, I definitely think he may stand atop of all of the Americans. Whether or not he will stand atop the world is a whole other story. Because I'm still hoping that our Jamaicans will be in the mix. But for sure, right now, he looks absolutely amazing. So he takes the win, as I said, 12.87, meeting record, world lead, and personal best. Keep your eye out on Cardell Tinge. Now let's jump over into the women's 800 meters, where we had Natalia Gould topping. She was fourth here, and she ran a 1:58.43. Now, this is where I want Natalia Gould to stay. Literally, don't try to front run. Stay, mid pack, pretty much in touching distance of the athletes that are leading, and then try to pounce in that final, 200, 150 kind of thing. I did realize during the race that she was actually trying to front lead, or front run, sorry, but she was kind of blocked out of doing that. So I'm happy she was blocked out of doing that, because that allowed her to sit back and save something for the end. And I kind of want her to keep that race strategy, though, as I said, she keeps trying to front run, and I don't think she has the legs at the end when it comes to front running. So I'm happy with the fourth place. It's a season's best. Great running from her. I was speaking on the preview and I said, hey, she's one of the fastest so far this season. I'm expecting a strong performance, and she gave me that strong performance. The winner though, Duguma, from Ethiopia, really powered home and left everybody for dead with a 156.64 meeting record and world lead, and also a national record as well. So great running from her. Yeah, so that 800 meters was. All right, so trackies, let's dive into that men's 100 meters, the event that everybody is dying for me to talk about. And yes, trackies, it definitely lived up to its billing. It was billed as Kishane versus Akani Simbine. And yep, they fed us, and I was excited watching this race. Now, walking away with the win, guys, surprise, surprise. Well, maybe not. Akani Simbine, 9.98 seconds, with Kishane Thompson, 1/100th of a second outside of that, 9.99. And let's see Little Boho coming through with a 10.03 seconds. Now, the second Jamaican, Rohan Watson, was 6, and he ran a 10.18 seconds. Now, for Let's See Little Boho, when I tell you he moved from 10.2 to 10.03, I was like, okay, you better get it. Now, of course, I was definitely concerned when it came to him. I was wondering, okay, if his body's tired. We are seeing a lot of these athletes, in these years now, after competing at back-to-back championships, looking like their bodies are breaking down. So I was really concerned with him, but seeing this 10:03, I'm like, okay, we're back, we're ready, we're still in that 100-meter conversation. So I'm excited to see his progression from here on out. Again, the world championships is where it really is at. So for me and that 10:03, I thought it was perfect for him. Season's best. Great going for Let's See Little Boho. Now for the two men that were, going toe to toe, Kishane, Akani, Simbine. Clearly heading into this race, I had Kishane to walk away with the win, and rightly so, guys. The man stays running sub 10. Think about it. Every single time we see Kishane running, it's a sub 10 clocking. And as I said, we should never be scared to call such a figure as a favorite in a race. And he comes out and proves that. Didn't give him the win, but still a solid run. 9.99 seconds. And of course, Akani Simbine, his form. Let's talk about that top end. Now, when it came to the race, interestingly, Kishane Thompson had the lead. And I was like, okay, Kishane is going to lose off this lead. But Akani was like, oh, hell no, I am the man in form. And he came back at Kishane and snipped him on the line for that win, just narrowly, 1/100th of a second. Now I've been talking about his form and his execution recently. I've been noticing that Akani is kind of trying to put things together, especially after he competed at the World Indoor Championships. I could see the effort of him trying to start working back on that start. He started out having a good start actually in his formative years, and then it got bad when he started to work on the end of his race, right? So the end was good, then the start became bad. So now we're at the point where it seemingly is appearing that he's working on both. Though I have to say, in this race, he didn't have the best start, but he definitely came back towards the end of the race, and I'm loving that for an Akani Simbine. For Kishane, I think he definitely tied up towards the end of the race, but guess what? That's the first one in. So we just have to iron out those kinks and come again. And this man, as I said, stays running sub tens and definitely has much more to give. Definitely looking at him and seeing that, I don't know, guys, sometimes you look at him from a picture perspective, he looks like he's lost a lot of weight and he's trimmed down quite a bit. But when he's running, he definitely looks like a beast on the track. So it's really a stark contrast to look at him sometimes. But Kishane is definitely still that man. Make no mistakes about it. I'm really, really happy and excited to see a sub 10 clock in it for the first race on the first outing. And it's only up from here from a Kishane Thompson perspective. But yeah, I've been saying Akani Simbine is going to be smashing that 9.82 PB. And I definitely think he's going to smash that 9.82 PB by the time we get to, when it really matters, which is the World Championships, right? So I'm still excited for these men. I love when competition is this intense. It makes it more interesting, right? When you can't really figure out who is going to win, though it doesn't matter to me. I'm sure the next time Kishane Thompson lines up, I'll still be thinking that he definitely has a shot to win. That being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about these races? The men's 100 meters, Akani to the win, not Kishane. What do you think? Do you think we blundered? I don't think so. This was so close. 9.98, 9.99. Of course, Let's See was fantastic too, right? Let me know your thoughts. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.